Nice. So today, what did we discuss in our last class? IAM and then CloudWatch, right? Okay, let's have a quick shootout on on IAM. So what is the full form of IAM? Identity and Access Management. And also with IAM, can we control the entire AWS centrally by giving permissions? Yes, we're giving permissions. So there are mainly two types of users. What are those? Root user and then IAM user. Root user, IAM user. So which has full permissions? Root user. Who has limited permissions? How do you log into the root account? Using email ID and then password. How do you log into the IAM account? Username and password. Okay. Okay. How do you handle multiple root accounts? Service name. Organizations. What is that? Organizations. So if you have organizations, you can manage multiple root accounts. Correct? So in that, the main account, we call it as management account. And the rest of the accounts, we call it as member accounts. And how do you manage your member accounts? Using SCP. Using what? SCP. What is SCP? Service control policies. And then which is the service used for monitoring purpose? CloudWatch. CloudWatch. So CloudWatch can monitor only EC2 instances or all AWS services? Mainly CloudWatch. What do we create in CloudWatch? Alarms. What do we create? Alarms. Alarms has metrics, right? So you can create an alarm with the metrics CPU is greater than 90%. You can send a notification. Which is in service sent to notification? SNS. Which one? SNS. Okay. And there are two types of monitorings. What are those? Basic monitoring and detailed monitoring. So which one is free? Which one is default? Basic monitoring. And what is the time interval, data points? 5 minutes. For detail, 1 minute. Billable? Yes. Cool. And which is a service used to identify the changes in the resources? Config. Fantastic. Which one? Config. Which is a service where it records everything? Cloud Trail. And there are different types of supports. Which support that we use? Basic support. Basic support. And then we discuss about which is the first service launched by AWS? SQS. Okay. And then which is a service which will give you advices? Trusted advisor. Who inspects? AWS inspector. Okay. Fantastic. As always, genius. You guys. Really good. And today what we're going to do is, no, Afroz. And what we're going to do is, as we have covered the overview of the services, today let's take one service and we'll do the deep dive into it. So as I said yesterday, which is the service that we're going to take? IAM. So IAM, yesterday we already discussed a little bit, correct? We already discussed a little bit. Today, let's go into the deep dive. Let's deep dive it. Okay? Super. Online, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? IAM deep dive. IAM deep dive. Deep dive is nothing but more in detail. Okay? Fine. So we all know this. There are two types of users, Nana. What are those? Root user and then IAM user. And we also know who has full permissions. Root user has full permissions. Thank you for reminding me. I asked you yesterday to create AWS accounts. Everyone created? Done? Did all done? Super. Fantastic, guys. See, this is the first job that you have done because I haven't told you how to create a AWS account purposefully. Purposefully, I have the PPT also for that, right? Purposefully, I have not told you how to create, how to set up a AWS account. But have you done this or not? With the common sense. Yes or no? So like this in real time also, whenever you get a new requirement, you no need to wait for some person to tell how to do it. What you need to do, you need to explore. What you need to do? Explore. In real time, maximum 95, more than 95%, we need to do exploring and investigating. So there are some tasks which will come by default, which you know. Whatever the known task, you can do it just like that. But every time you'll get the known task. For that, you need to have a capacity to explore and then find out the exact thing from the Google. Understood? Good job, guys. Okay. So, and someone is asking here, can we create multiple root accounts? I asked you to create one root account and then you said you created. If I asked you to create multiple root accounts, will you create? No, sir. One is enough. But if you want to do organizations concept, you need to have multiple accounts. But it's okay. No problem. I'll show you that. So root user has full permissions, whereas IAM user has limited permissions. But those who want to create multiple root accounts, not 2, 3, 4, just create one more if required. For to do some, today we'll discuss, not today, tomorrow we'll discuss. Actually, little topic is there. For that, with the concept of organizations only. In order to set up these organizations, you need to have at least 2 accounts. One is management account, another is member account. Management account, member. Management account is the one which you have already now. That is your main management account. And if you want another account to be inside your organization, you need to have one more account or not. If you have that account, you can add that as a member account and then you can play with it. So it is good to have, but it's optional. It's up to you. If you are interested, create it. Otherwise, it's okay. Akshay is saying, IAM is global. CloudWatch is global. So guys, I told you a couple of days back how you should ask the questions. Yes or no? So should I need to answer if you say IAM is global question mark and the CloudWatch is global question mark? Huh? So yeah, I'll tell, but please follow the protocol, right? So guys, did I say CloudWatch is global? CloudWatch. Did I say CloudWatch is global? If I didn't say anything, CloudWatch is global or regional? Did I say Route 53 is global? Yes, because that is global. Did I say CloudFront is global? Yes, because that is global. So if I didn't say anything, remember that is regional. Okay. So now we will be talking about the IAM. So let's talk about this IAM here, right? So can we say, Chiti, IAM is used for security purpose? Yes. So IAM is used for security purpose. So if someone asks you, can you give me one of the security services in AWS? Then can you say IAM is also a security service? Yes. So with IAM, you can control entire AWS resources centrally. Yes or no? So we can create the IAM users and give the proper permissions, correct? And guys, one wonderful thing for you here is IAM is free. IAM is free. So completely IAM service is free. So how much you would do, how much time you spent on IAM, whatever you do in IAM is completely free. We like free things, no? Right? So one of the free service here in AWS is IAM. And okay, now you tell me here, where do we create IAM users? In IAM service only, no? Where do we create IAM users? In the IAM service. So if I create an IAM user in IAM service, that user can log into to the AWS account? Yes, he can log in. Can he go to Mumbai? Can he go to Ireland? Can he go into all the regions and create whatever he like based on the permissions? Yes or no? So now you tell me, IAM is regional or global? Fantastic. That's the answer. That is a certification question. IAM is global. IAM is global. Okay. Chiti, I'm asking you this. With IAM user, you can log into the console. Yes or no? Yes, sir. With IAM user, you can log into the AWS console. With this IAM user, can you log into the EC2 instance? I'm not saying as to access EC2 instance. Log into EC2 instance. Definitely no. Because IAM user is used to only log into the AWS console. It is just an access. If the IAM user has EC2 permissions, he can go to EC2 console. If the IAM user has S3 permissions, he can go to S3 console. Based on the services, he can go to it. But my question here is, he went to EC2 service and he has launched an EC2 instance. That EC2 instance has separate username and password. But with this IAM user and password, can he log into inside EC2 instance? Definitely no. For that, we'll create a separate username and password. Okay. Remember this, IAM user is used to log into the AWS console and access services based on the permissions. Correct? Perfect. Okay. So I'll write here. Using IAM user, we can log into AWS console and access services based on permissions. With IAM user, can you log into EC2 instance? Answer is louder. No. Okay. Now, Funny is there. Funny has AWS account, his main root account. I said, Funny, I want to access your account. What he'll do? Will he share his email ID and password to me? What he'll do? Create IAM user. He will create an IAM user and he'll give me access to it. So he will ask, sir, what service that you want to access in my account? If I say S3, give the permissions, S3 permissions. Simple as that. Yes or no? So will you share your email ID and password to others? Definitely no. I'm asking this question. Listen this carefully. Can you share your root account to others? Can you share your root account to others? Answer is yes, by creating IAM user. You are sharing root account to me, no? But you should not share your email ID and password. You should create IAM user and give it. You can give admin permission also, S3 permissions also, whichever the permissions that you like, you can give it based on the requirement. Okay. And okay, let me write that and then go deeper. SimpleMaker. Here, don't share your email ID and password to others. So you can share the root account by creating IAM user. By creating IAM user. Okay. So can you tell me, is it recommended? Okay, let's say you're working in the company. You're working inside the company. Is it recommended to do your daily task with the root user or IAM user? Is it recommended to use your root account? Yes or no? Answer is no. Because root account has full permissions. Root account has full permissions. Is it recommended to use your root account for daily activities? Definitely no. You should not use the root account because it has the full permissions. And another thing is, tell me honestly, how many of you here have your email ID and password saved into the browser? We have this habit or not? Most of the people, 95% of the people, what we do, we will save the email ID and password into the browser. Today, how much time will it take to a hacker to hack your browser and get that email ID and password? Few seconds. Few seconds it'll take, right, to hack that your email ID and password. And then, once your email and password is hacked, what he'll do? Can he log into your AWS account? Can he create whatever he like? So his main aim is to damage you financially. That meaning he will launch so many EC2 instances. He will do so many things for you. Is it good? Is it good to share? Is it good to save your email and password to others? No. So in one scenario, what I did was, this is my personal experience. In my company, I'm the only person who was handling cloud few years back. Then I set up my own team. So at that time, I'm the only one person. I set up the root account, right? I set up the root account and I started working on it. And then, and by the way, I need to tell this quick couple of minutes story. Okay? Interested? Which is really motivation for you. Okay? Online, yes? Okay, what has happened was, right, I was working in Infosys. That's my first company, right? There I was completely into IT infrastructure side. Which one? IT infrastructure, data center related things. I told I was working inside the data centers. So I was into the data centers, handling virtualization, storages, Windows, Linux, everything I was handling it. So then I moved to Apple, where I was doing iOS development. iOS. In your iPhone, there's an operating system, right? So, and I used to work in iCloud there. They have iCloud. Then I somewhere I felt little bit clumsy in my heart that, Are Babu, already you have working on the IT infrastructure side. Why you have moved to the development side? When I was in Apple, they liked me, and then they are about to send me to California, US, on site. Most of the things got processed. Then somewhere in my heart, it's saying the decision is not correct. Because my expertise is mostly on the IT infrastructure side, then why did I move to iOS development? Then slowly, what I did was, my inner heart didn't responded well for this, and I put my papers there. I resigned. I rejected the US offer. And right, on those days, on-site is very, very like, if the person is in US, so in our native places, what they'll say, "Hey, Babu, this guy is in US, huh?" On those, now everyone are in US. It's very common now. So then I put my papers. I got a call from Finland. Which country? Finland. It's in Europe. And the person, he called me, I still remember his name is Pekka Pakanan. Yeah. His name is Pekka Pakanan. Okay, don't laugh. Okay, his name. You feel, you think that I am lying? Should I show you his my Pekka? Pekka, not Pekka. Yeah. This guy. So I used to work in a company called Napa, not Papa. Napa. What is that? Napa. So there are many people. He was my immediate manager. He's Pekka Pakanan. And then he called me, and then he asked, Hey, Riaz, are you available to talk? Yes, I said, yes. Okay, tell me about yourself and then tell me what you're working on. I said, Babu, I was working in data centers, infrastructure side. And then I told about what I'm doing. And he said, good. Okay. Okay. Can you do one thing? Can you go and meet this person in Bangalore? Said, yes, I said, I went to that person in that company, Napa. Now I resigned. Right. So I worked there for many years. So I went to that company and I met that director inside the company. And she said, oh, you are Riaz? Yes. Yeah, I'm Riaz. Oh, nice to meet you. You are selected. Are? I said, I didn't had any technical interview. We just had a casual call. And she said, no, 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 you are done. You are selected. No problem. I asked couple of questions. No, no, it's okay. We are done. I thought, like, how come this interview will be this much easy? Something is fishy, right? So I was like, but I was still happy. But I got selected, and the package is double the package. They gave the complete 100% increment. 100% increment. Let's assume you are getting on those days 5 lakhs. At that time, I was getting 10. It's completely double. And somewhere I have the feeling, array, in Apple, I missed my US offer. I was thinking this, and then she called me again. Riaz, 1 second, please. Can you come back? And yes, please. Do you have the passport? I said, yes. And please be ready. In 15 days, you're traveling to Europe, she said. Abba. Laddu kavala naina. Right? It was like completely, I was very happy because I thought I lost my US offer. And then here I got an Europe offer. So within 15 days, that was my first travel. That was my first flight in my life. That was the first time that I went out of the country, out of the city. So I traveled. The game start now. I traveled to that company, and then with the suit, blazer, geyser, everything, right? And then right, in our native places, if you are going to foreign, how the people will welcome you or people will send off you. Huh? That was so many years back. So I went there, I landed, I went to hotel, and then I went to office. And there is a receptionist. What is that? Receptionist. So, and her name is Juha. What's that? What is that? What is that you say? Juha. And I said, hi, Juha. She didn't respond. I said, hi, Juha. Because we are Indians, how we Indians behave in foreign is completely different. I saw many people, right? I said, Juha. And she didn't respond. I said, hello, Juha. I said, he said, no, I'm not Juha. Then you wrote no on the name table. The table name is there, Juha. No, you're Juha only, no? I said, no. I'm Yuha. So J they pronounce as Y. So Juha, if they call Juha, if you pronounce J as Juha, they'll feel very angry because we are postmarking their name. It's not good, no? If I say Fani Krishna, if I say Ani Krishna, then it's not good, no? You feel bad. So then I met my another manager, and his name is Juhana. When I say hi Juhana, then I in 1 second, no, I said hi Juhana, and he replied. Anyways, so now I met my manager Pekka Pakkanan. So he took me to a big data center. There are 30 to 50 customers are there, all on premises. And then he said, how he has introduced to me to the director of that data center? And he said, meet Mr. Riaz from India. He is a cloud expert, he said. Is this answer? Cloud expert. I didn't know anything about cloud at that time. I was completely zero, right? I don't know the word about cloud at all. An interview also they didn't ask. Then Ammani, I'm sorry. So that is the reason you took me very without interview. Huh? So I was like, cloud expert. My fuses are out. That too, if you are not in India, you are in Europe. If you're in India, you can run, but there you cannot run, right? So guys, see, I thought he was kidding. Then he started introducing me to everyone as cloud expert, cloud expert, cloud expert. And I didn't know anything about, I know the only the spelling of cloud. That's it. I didn't even heard. But I have a aim to work on cloud. But I never worked. But he's telling as a cloud expert. 3 days I didn't sleep. 3 days I didn't sleep. Every day, night, all of a sudden I'm getting up in the sleep and then cloud expert. How come I'll be cloud expert? Right? And then he's right. I was completely off. And I said, enough. It's enough. Let go and talk to him. So I met that guy. I said, Pekka, I want to talk to you. I said, yes. Pekka, I want to tell you one thing. I don't know anything about cloud. 1 second, he was silent. And then he said, I know about that. He said, I know it. And you know how calmly, how nicely he responded? That has changed my life. He said, I know, Riaz, that you don't know anything about the cloud. But whatever is required to the cloud, you are expert on that, he said. That single line has changed my life. And now I'm a AWS cloud expert and consultant and a director for multiple companies. And luckily, I'm in front of you also. And yeah. And this thing has, and he said, Riaz, see, I'm giving you 9 months. How many? 9 months I'm giving you. You need to migrate my customers, 30 customers, 30 to 50 are there. These 50 customers to cloud. I'm at 0 level. I don't know about the AWS yet. Right? So now, he said within 9 months, you need to migrate all the customers to the cloud. How much time? You know what I did? I took that as a challenge because he gave me a chance. And bloody, I have moved these 50 customers within 1 month to the cloud. Within 1 month. And for that reason, I have received an excellent best employee of the year in that company with a lot of reward amount, money. So this is if it is in India, if you say, guys, if it is in India, if you say that I don't know about the cloud and if you are hired as a cloud expert, what they'll do? Babu, pakka ke ladko, go home, right? They'll fire, right? They'll fire it off. But these people are very calm. And the thing happened here now. So as I migrated everyone are happy. And for India, it is the first award that we have got from our company. So, and then everyone are happy. Guys, now what has happened is on one fine day, everyone started congratulating me. And on one weekend, my manager Pekka called me. And he said, I thought he's very happy. He want to congratulate me again. And I said, hi Pekka, how are you? And he said, depend on you. What? Right? I said, how are you? Depend on you. Is everything is okay? I said, no, it's not okay. He said, what is this? He said, can you please log into AWS console? I went immediately and logged into AWS console. At that time, we had 100 servers running normally, but I can see more than 500 servers running there. I got angry, reverse, and I said, Pekka, I told you not to give access to anyone. Only you and me should have access. Who the hell, though, who created? Did you give to anyone? He said, no. I have not given access to anyone. You have also not given. I also not given. That who has launched these machines? In the background voice. Who is that? Hacker. Guys, our account was hacked because I'm the only one person who was doing it, the work. So I'm using my root account. Did I know that I need to create an IAM user? No, because no other persons are there. I'm the only one person. So I am the one who decided to go to AWS. I am the one who set up the account. I'm the one who is setting up and working inside it. As we have other people, then I would have created IAM user. So I was using the root account. And the root account email and password is saved in the browser. And the browser and this guy hacked, and then he has created a mess in our company. Then I got very angry and then sent an email to AWS. I created a customer ticket, and AWS, I said, hey, AWS, is this the secure thing that you're doing? You claim that you are the number one best AWS, best cloud provider, and see how easily our account got hacked. Please respond immediately. And he replied saying that, which account you are using? A, root user. B, IAM user. I replied, A, root user. And he replied again saying that, Abe o haule. Why are you using the root account? Because root account has full permissions and your email ID and password is saved in your browser and a hacker hacked it. Then I again replied saying that if it is, yes, it's very common that my email ID and password will be saved. I'm not the only person in the world, and 95% of the people have email and password is stored into the browser. If it is stored, your AWS is done. You are that much, you are not secure. Don't you have any protocol to secure it? Because we have the habit of saving it. You should do something else. And again he replied, Abe wo double hole. Do you know the concept of MFA? I said, no. Please try to use that MFA. MFA meaning multi-factor authentication. What's that? Multi-factor authentication. So multi-factor authentication meaning, so guys, generally your email ID and password will be stored into the browser, right? Yes or no? Okay, you are putting, whenever you're logging, you're putting email ID and password, hit enter. Yes or no? And you're logging in, correct or not? Now, MFA meaning, MFA, what in your phone, in your smartphone, in your phone, you need to install a tool called app called Google Authenticator. What's that? There is an app called Google Authenticator. There are so many multiple apps are there. Microsoft Authenticator is all there. So many apps are there. So what is the app that we are using it here? Google Authenticator. Say that. Google Authenticator. So you need to install this Google Authenticator on your phone, and for your root account or for your IAM account, you need to configure MFA there. What you need to configure? MFA. If you configure, what will happen, you know? So whenever logging to the AWS console, it will ask, Babu, put your email ID and password. You'll put email ID and password. Click on next. Then it will ask MFA code. Then it will ask MFA code. That code will be on your phone. You open that Google Authenticator and the code will be displayed only for 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, the code will change. That whatever is displaying on the code, like OTP, you put that into the console. And then click on next, then only you can log into the AWS console. If your email ID and password is hacked on the step 1, any hacker can hack MFA code, which is in your phone, that to validate for 10 seconds? Impossible. So you need to configure MFA for your account. See, guys, this MFA is only for root account, for every IAM user also. Root account as well as IAM user. So MFA is must in order to secure it. So in order to tell about this MFA, I have given this much big story for you. And in your life, you never forget this now. Yes or no? So now question is, you have your root accounts. Do you have MFA now? Now you have? No, right? So your account is in danger or not? So don't worry. We will set it up MFA for that. Okay. So now you understand, guys. So first thing here is it recommended to use the root account for your daily activities? No, which one you should use? Yeah. And by the way, there is a question from Surya. Sir, what happened after that? ఆ తర్వాత ఏమైంది? రైట్. ఆ తర్వాత ఏముంది, రైట్? సో AWS sent this much big bill, right? We got almost $20,000 for 2 days. And then AWS is such a big heart. He has a very big heart and the kind heart. What he did was, he has waived off that bill. Because remember, in your account, first time they will waive off. Second time, they never do that. First time, waive, because it's a mistake. So they have a very big kind heart, and then they waived off. And since then, what was my immediate step? To set up a MFA and keep the account very clean and secure. Okay? Hope this story has helped you a lot. So it is not recommended, to use root account for daily activities or work. Instead, which one use? Use IAM user. Okay. So what you need to set up, Nana? MFA. What is MFA? Multi-factor authentication. So which is the app we need to install on your phone? Google Authenticator. Nice. So MFA is highly recommended for your root account or IAM account also? Both. MFA is highly recommended for root account and IAM user as well. Guys, this type of my personal experience, for very rare batches, I'll tell. For very rare batches. Whenever I feel that your batch is very energetic and very serious to learn, so I used to tell this and motivate you guys. So congratulations, your batch is also one of that batch for me. Very good. And whenever I like the batch, you know what I'll do? Personal experience, real-time scenarios, and also extras. I would like to give you always extras, right? So let's say you go to some shop. If your shopkeeper is your friend and you took 1 kg of fruit, what he'll do? Ek do zyada dale? Yes or no? Similarly here also, if you concentrate, if you support me a lot, then definitely you will learn a lot from me, right? You need to squeeze me, right? Good. Thank you, guys. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to set up MFA, right? We need to set up MFA for every individual IAM users. How does this work? You simply open AWS page. Once you open the AWS page, and then you will log in with email ID and then password. Then it will ask MFA code, and then log into AWS console. This is how you need to go. There is a question from Santosh. Sir, there are so many multiple authenticators. Which one we need to use? Which one, guys? Google Authenticator. We already told, no? You can use anything. But as we are in the same class and same course, let us have one common thing. Which one is that? Google Authenticator. You can use Microsoft Authenticator. You can use 2FA, 2FA. Everything is same. But the only thing is, let's have one common thing all the time. Yeah. Nana, is this clear? So can I create an IAM users here now? IAM users. Can you give me a few names? Fatafat, tell me the names. Mahesh. Divya. Let's take online. Shiv. Right? Bin of Rose. And finally we have Rohan. Okay. So for Mahesh, what kind of permissions we give you, Nana? Give permissions, son. You know the services now, right? For Divya? For Divya, S3. For Shiv, you like this? Huh? Beanstalk, huh? Okay. Afroz? Huh? No, no, EBS is not a service. It's in EC2 only. Lambda. For Ruhan, will give admin. So what is the difference between root user and admin? Except billing. They have the permissions. Okay, super. Now here, EC2, S3, Beanstalk, Lambda, what are all these permissions? No. So here, permissions, we call it as, you can call it as policies also. Yes or no? EC2 policy, S3 policy, or EC2 permissions, S3 permissions. You can call it as permissions also, or you can call it as policies also. So do you all agree for every IAM user, we can attach the policy, detach the policy? Yes or no? We can attach the policy, detach the policy. Let's say for Mahesh is there. For Mahesh, which kind of policy that you have attached? EC2 policy. Nana, can I attach multiple policies also? Of course, no. So for Mahesh, I can give EC2 permissions also, S3 permissions also, RDS permissions also. I can give multiple permissions. Yes. Permissions given by the root user also. Permissions can be given by the admin also. Or permissions can be given who has IAM full access also. Understand? Right? So anytime for IAM user, we can attach and detach the policies or permissions anytime. So for IAM user, we can attach and detach policies or permissions anytime. Chiti, is this clear till here, everyone? Anna, okay. Slowly. Adhumaina. Online. Yeah. Fantastic. Now, you all have AWS accounts. You all have AWS account. Did you log into that account? You have logged in, no? Yes. So, Nana, there are two ways to access AWS. How many ways are there to access AWS? There are two ways to access AWS. Two ways to access. Number one, which you already doing, that is called console access. What's that? Yes or no? The one which you are using to log into is the console access. How are you logging? Using email and password, right? So it is a AWS console website that is GUI. What is that? What is GUI? Graphical user interface. And how you are logging to the console access? Using email ID and then password or username or password. Yes or no, no, no? This is a more common thing that you are already using it. There is another way also to access AWS. One is console access. Another one is programmatical access. What is that, Nana? Programmatical access. What is that? Programmatical access. Programmatical access meaning through program or through CLI. What is that? What is that? What is CLI? Command line interface. What is that? Command line. Your Linux is there, no? What is Linux? CLI. Nana, you have Windows machine. Aram se, no problem. Right? You have Windows machine and you have Linux machine. Windows machine, Linux machine. When you log into the Windows machine, what you do? You can have console access. You open the browser and then access it. If it is Linux, how can you access AWS services? Through commands, no? Fantastic. Through commands, no? So that is called programmatical access. That is called programmatical access. So here we call it as programmatical access. So programmatical access meaning what is the best example? CLI. What is the best example, Anna? CLI. We'll use CLI and SDKs also there. SDKs meaning software development kit. What's that? Question here is, let's say, can you launch EC2 instance from a console? Okay. Can you create a command and launch EC2 instance from the CLI? Yes, through commands also you can launch EC2 instances. And through Python, can you launch an EC2 instance? Yes. Can you launch EC2 instance from Java? Can you launch an EC2 instance using .NET? You can do it. So let's say you have Java. Let's say you have Java. Java doesn't know about AWS. If they write a code, Java doesn't know, AWS doesn't know what is EC2 instance. To make Java knows about AWS, you need to install AWS Software Development Kit, SDK. AWS SDK you need to install on Java. AWS SDK you need to install on .NET. AWS SDK you need to install on Python. If you install, then they will know what is EC2, what is everything. They can write the code, and if they execute the code, EC2 instance will be launched. Not only EC2, anything you can do it. So programmatically also you can access AWS. So main thing that we use is here is CLI. Which one, Anna? CLI. So all other developer tools. Okay. So you see here, how are you authenticating to the console access? Using email and password. Louder. Using? How are you authenticating to the console access? Using email ID and then password or username and password. Nana, here, first of all, in Linux or in command prompt, first of all, you need to install CLI, no? Actually, CLI will be there like this, Nana. See, CMD is there, no? What is this? This is CLI only or not? Command prompt. Linux also command prompt only. In Windows also, browser will also work. Command prompts are also there. From here, can I run AWS commands? Can I run AWS commands? Blah blah blah. Yes. By default, no. But you need to install the software, no? But we don't call it SDKs is for programmatically. Here we call it as AWS CLI software need to be installed. What is it? Software. So you need to install AWS CLI software in your laptop or in your Linux machine. When we go to AWS CLI, there we'll learn. But here, what is the software that you need to install on Linux? AWS CLI software needs to be installed. Okay. What is the software that you need to install? Very important. I'll be asking many times this. So what is the software that you need to install? AWS CLI. What is the software? Yes. AWS CLI software need to be installed on the Linux. In order to, if you want to use programmatically, or if you want to use from the CLI, you need to install AWS CLI software. Okay, Nana, once you install AWS CLI, you need to authenticate, no? Okay, here you open and you install AWS CLI. Can you directly run your commands? Authentication is there, no? You open the browser and you type AWS console. You need to log in, no? Login is the authentication method for the console access. What is the authentication method for programmatical access? That means through CLI is we have something called keys. What is it? Access key, secret key. What is it? Yes, you can, Rohit. Guys, Mac is also based on Linux only. Mac machines. So whatever we do it on the Linux, you can do the same thing also on the Mac. Rohit. What is the keys that you authenticate? Access key, secret. Say that. One more time. Last time. So how do you authenticate through CLI? Using access key, secret key. So we call it as keys. So you need to log in with keys. Keys meaning what keys are those? Access key and secret key. Access key, secret key. Access key, secret key is also same like username and password only. But username, password we have used on console access, no? For that reason, I don't use the word called username password. But on the CLI side, we use access key, secret. Access key is like username, secret key is like a password. Okay. You know, how does it look like access keys and secret keys? So this access key, see. So it looks like a junk. So it is like this. So here, like this, it will be like junk. Secret key also like this. It will be like this, junk. So Nana, can I call these two as one set? Yes or no? This is one set. Yes or no? It's called one set. One set. One set. Okay. So that access key is secret key. We will generate from the AWS console in the IAM section. In IAM service, we will create the access keys and secret keys. So guys, so now how do you authenticate programmatically? Using access keys and secret keys. Using access keys and secret keys. Remember, let's say I created a username called Harish. I have created a username, IAM user called Harish. See here. I create IAM user called Harish. So for Harish, what kind of permissions will give? Give example. Okay, he'll give EC2 permissions. And he is a IAM user. As an IAM user or a user, how many ways that he can access AWS? How many ways? 2 ways, correct? For every user has a 2 ways, Nana. Every user has 2 ways. One is what is? One is console access. Console access, how is logging? Using username and then password. And then what is another one here? Programmatical. Programmatical meaning how he is logging using keys. Okay, now tell me, the question here is, Harish, when he access console, what kind of permissions he has? EC2. Harish, when he doing through programmatically also, what kind of permissions he has? So an IAM user has same permissions on both console and CLI, programmatical access. You have every IAM user. Funny is there. I create IAM user. Funny has 2 ways to access. One is through the console, another through is the CLI, programmatically. So if you want to log into the console, you need to have username and password. If you want to go programmatically, you need to have keys, access keys, and then secret keys. So every individual will have their own access keys, secret keys, or one access keys and secret keys can be shared by everyone. Individual, no. Every IAM user have their own keys. Is it good to share the keys? Not at all. So keys are individual. Keys are specific, individual. IAM user have their own keys. Is it recommended to share the keys to others? 100% not recommended. It is not recommended to share the keys to anyone. Okay. And also, is it mandatory to have the keys? Let's say Mohammed. So Mohammed, he has, I create an IAM user. I create an IAM user called Mohammed. And he is a very new to the project. He's a fresher. Now tell me, as an admin, as an AWS engineer, will you give him console access or programmatic access? Console access, no? Everyone answered that. Huh? Console access. Because programmatically he cannot handle. He need to learn a lot. So is it mandated to give for him access key, secret key? No. I'll give just only IAM user, username, password to him. When he is comfortable, then I'll set up access key, secret keys for him. So is it mandated to have programmatic access? Or ulta, is it mandated to have console access? No. Harish is there, let's say experienced guy, example. If he joined my project, he like to do it on the CLI. Can I give keys to him? Yes. It is completely optional. If you need, you can create. But there are some questions here online. Sir, why do we choose CLI over GUI? GUI console access is very nice, no? Click that to click this colorful there. Click. How many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? How many steps are there? 7 steps are there to launch an EC2 instance. But through command CLI, only once. Vasak. Only one command. You can launch multiple EC2 instances. Because it will reduce the work, it will reduce the worst, and it is mostly used for automation purpose. Understood? So people go with the CLI, GUI also, console access. But if you want to do something really quick, then go for CLI. And if you now you have the comments, if you group the comments, that comments is nothing but script, no? Instead of you launching the EC2 instance, multiple EC2 instances taking a lot of time, can you write a simple script and then execute the script and go home? Ready? So that is the advantage of the CLI. And also it is very safe. And guys, so do you create the keys unnecessarily? If we required, create it. Otherwise, don't create. Because another dangerous thing I'll tell you. How can you secure your console access using? Yes or no? You can set up MFA. But at the moment, here, there is no MFA. Now, Pusuk, you are creating keys for everyone. If the keys are compromised or keys are hacked, it's gone, right? So will you create the keys unnecessarily? Don't create. So create the keys whenever necessary, guys. Create keys based on the requirement. Don't create it unnecessarily. Don't create it unnecessarily. Oh, no, it's not changed. It will be same. And also, guys, keys also have the same permission like console? Yes or no? Keys also have same permissions like console. Nice. Guys, you have your home. You are locking your home with the keys. How many keys are there? How many keys are there for your house? Not individual, outside. Keys. One or two? Two, right? Yes or no? Some people have 2, 3. Why you have multiple? If one goes, you have another key. Yes or no? Here also for every IAM user, maximum you can set up 2 keys. How many keys that you can have? For every IAM user, maximum how many keys you can have? 2 keys. Can you have 1 key also? Can you have 2 keys also? Can you have nothing also? Here. Don't compare with your personal. But here, let's say Mohammed, we created IAM user called Mohammed. Do I need to create keys for him? Not, right? Not required. Right? So for an IAM user, you can create 1 key also, 2 keys also, or you don't create any keys also. If you don't create any keys for him, can he go with the programmatic access? No. Based on requirement, create it. Okay. So how many set of keys that you can have? Every IAM user can have maximum 2 set of keys. Guys, listen this carefully, important. Keys, okay. So I have created an IAM user called Harish. When you create an IAM user, obviously you get the console access because you have username and password. And I'm creating keys for him, for that user. There is an option called create keys for his user. I click it and one window will open. Access key, secret key will be visible. But remember that access key, secret key will be visible only for one time. Only for one time. So when you click on create keys, the dialog box, that window will open and it will show access key, secrets key, it will be there. So you need to copy and keep it safe. Once you click on OK, it's gone. You can see the access key after that, but you cannot see the secret key. Nana, if you don't know the secret key, there is any purpose of access key? So secret key is visible only for one time. Let's say, for example, I have created keys for Harish, I have given. And he said, sir, I lost the keys. Can you get it back? No. Once keys are lost, it is lost. Once keys are lost, it is lost. But can you regenerate it? How many set of keys can you have? Maximum 2, no? So let's say you have created 1 key, but you lost the secret key. Is there any use of that key? No. What you need to do? Delete it and then recreate it. When you recreate it, Will you get the old keys or new keys? New keys. Can you get the old keys back? No. Second key, let's say second key also you forgot. What do you do? Delete it and then recreate it. Yes. You got this point? So once keys are lost, it is lost. See here. Once keys are lost, it is lost. You cannot get the same keys back. And secret key is visible only for one time. Only for one time. Guys, but you can regenerate it n number of times. Can you regenerate n number of times? Yes. If he says, sir, it is lost, regenerate, delete it, regenerate it. Yes. So if you regenerate, can you get the old keys back? New keys. If you regenerate, you will get the new keys. You cannot get the old keys back. Is it clear now? And finally, I'm asking one question. Would you recommend to create keys for your root account? I'm saying don't use the root account itself. So do I say to create keys for the root account? Don't use the root account. Don't create the keys for the root account. So which account do you need to use? IAM account. If you want to create the keys, create it for your IAM account. Root user, don't touch, because I got hit very badly, right? For that reason, since then I started teaching, Babu, is it recommended to use a root account for your daily activities? No. So I'm telling like a baby. Is it recommended? No. Which one you use? IAM user, that too with the limited permissions. Recreate. So don't create keys and use the keys for root account. Don't do that. Is it clear, Nana? Online, is this clear till here, everyone? Oh, there is a question went up. Sir, you mentioned we should have 2 keys at a time. How can we delete any existing key if we lost the secret key? Sharada, did I say 2 keys should be there at a time? That's the maximum you can have, I'm saying. Maximum you can have 2 keys. So if you 2 keys are there, enjoy, use it. But just in case, if one of the key lost, if you come to me and say, Sharada, you come to me and say, yes, sir, I lost the one key. Can I get it back? If I copied that somewhere safely in some text pad, I'll give the key. But if I'm not managing it, I cannot. So what I need to do, I need to delete that and then recreate. If I recreate again, you have 2. Let's say you are coming and tell me, sir, I lost the 2 keys. Then I'll say, Sharada, I gave you 2 keys. One is 2 keys. You can use both the keys. And if you have lost the 2 keys, next time should I give 2 keys to you? Because you are a baby or you are losing the keys. So I'll create only 1 key for you. Is it mandatory to give 2 keys all the time? It's optional. You can have maximum 2 keys. You can do with the work with the 1 key also. You can do the work with the 2 keys also. And both the keys have the same permissions or different permissions? Same permissions. Very good question. So generally people will ask this question. So the question, sir, but how can we delete the key? How questions will be in the practical? How? H-O-W, how? How meaning practical only or not? So should I tell you, go to IAM user, go to security credentials, there you go there and click on actions in delete. You can understand? No. So you need to wait for that. Okay. And there is a question here from offline. Sir, if I lost the keys, whatever I have set up in my AWS, the data is deleted or not? I'll give an example for you. You have your home. Nice furniture is there inside. And you have locked the door outside. and you lost the key. Your furniture is gone. Good example, no? Right? Very good. So that's answered. So whatever you have in your house will be safe. Only access to your house is lost. Here also, programmatically, if you lost the keys, access to the AWS is lost. But whatever you have set up, everything will be there. Okay. Nice. So I'll write that also so that uh, if you lost the key, data in AWS is not lost. Just access to AWS is lost. You can get the access again anytime. Super. Any other questions online? Can we access without the keys? Can you access CLI without the keys? It is like, can I go inside the home without opening the door? No. No, sure. Sir, except billing, both root and IAM doing activity same? Mostly, no. Except billing, both root and IAM user. I'm saying admin. Root user and admin can have same, can be do the same activity except billing. Okay. Any other questions? Is there not option to forget key? Rahman is asking. There is no option. This is related to security, no? So it is not that easy to get the keys. There is no option called forget keys. Once keys are lost. And by the way, one more important thing, Nana. So let's say you have internet banking, no? Banking. So your password will be same all the time. So bank will ask to change it every 90 days, no? 3 months. Yes or no? Every 3 months, it will come and say your password is expired. Please change it. Why? Security purpose, no? Just in case your password is saved somewhere and used by known by the other people, there is a chance that they can hack it. So if you change every 3 months, is it good or not? Is it best practice or not? Here also, guys, keys and username passwords, it is better to change every 3 months or however months that you need, right? So best practice is to rotate the keys every certain period of month. Console also change it, password. How do we secure the keys? So basically, we have this habit. Many of the experienced people have this habit. Have you heard about GitHub? GitHub is there, no? So what they do is they will configure the keys in the code. And as a habit of that, they'll upload this code to the GitHub. You know how many people got impacted with this concept? As GitHub is public or private? It's a GitHub, no, it's a cloud-based, right? So these hackers have one code where it will go on, because access key and secret key, it has a pattern. So easily hackers can hack that access keys and secret key and they'll misuse it. But guys, you have to secure it carefully by yourself. There is a mechanism. There is a service called, okay, I'm introducing one more service as this guy asked. There is a service called Secret Manager. What is that? There is a service called Secret Manager. Huh? Complete new service. It's a completely new service. No, it's completely new. Like how we have EC2, S3, RDS like this, it's completely a new service. What is the service called? Secret Manager. That's why, see, whatever the concept that I'm teaching, I'll go as a process. See, just now I said new service, you're getting confused, correct? So for that reason, I don't introduce services just like that. I'll tell you the problem statement and then I'll give the solution for it. So now the problem statement is asked by this guy. Mohammed is asking, sir, how can I secure the keys? Because there is no MFA. So first of all, you need to secure it carefully in your laptop or with you. Don't share it to anyone. Don't put it to GitHub or somewhere. Don't make it public. Keep it safely with you. Like your house keys are there. Will you put it in outside somewhere in the hook? No, right? You cannot make it. You keep it in pocket safely, right? But here there is a service called Secret Manager where you can put the keys in that AWS Secret Manager and get it whenever you want. That's the best thing, right? Write down in your book. Go to overview. Go to overview. Overview pages. Back. We discuss overview pages, no? And put it Secret Manager. Praveen, both are same. Two-factor, multi-factor. Both are same. What is the meaning of multi-factor? Multiple authentications. One is your username password. Second authentication is MFA. So that is two steps are there. No, they call it as two-factor or multi-factor. Both are same. There is a question asked by Surya. Sir, if you lost the keys, is there any way to get access without regenerate keys? No way. You cannot get the keys back. Okay. Secret Manager is equal to, it is a AWS service. It is a, write down. It is a AWS service where you can store secrets. Where you can store secrets in brackets. What are the secrets, guys? Access key, secret key, comma. Access key, secret key, comma. Credentials, comma. Encryption keys. We'll talk about that in future. Huh? Encryption keys, etc. Okay. All these things you can store it in the Secret Manager. Yes, Santosh, correct. Okay, Nana, is it clear, guys? Any other questions? So how can we generate access? Again, question, how? Guys, how question is equal to, okay. Okay, I'll tell you. Next week, we are going into the practicals. Next week. Tomorrow we have class. What is that? What's it? What festival? Shivaratri. Yeah. What you do that? Huh? You go, temples you go, huh? Tell me honestly, boys. Huh? I know why you go to temple. Huh? Naughty fellas. Okay, so, okay, good. You're going to temples in the evening, no? Generally. What you do in the morning? Huh? Prasad. Huh? Let's have class tomorrow. So evenings you have, no? So it's just a 1 hour class, no, guys, come on, right? Tomorrow we'll have a class. We'll cover this topic, and then evenings you can enjoy it. Okay. So we have class tomorrow. Generally, I don't give any holidays, just in case, God forbid, if something happened to my throat, right? If I feel bad, then only we'll get holidays. Otherwise, maximum I don't put it. Saturday also we'll have classes, maximum. But just in case, if you feel very heavy, if you have a lot of practicals, if you need some little bit gap, then in that case, I'll give holiday on Saturday. But generally, we have classes. Assume that you have classes on Saturdays. I'll tell. Okay. So we need to cover a little bit more topic even in the IAM. Because you see, guys, see, whatever today we have learned, in other classes, they will cover this within 5 minutes. Using PPTs, they will rotate the PPTs, or they will just say IAM. You can create IAM users, and then they don't even talk about the programmatical access. But why I went this much deeper? You see how much deeper? Small concept only. We went very deep inside it because you should be good in troubleshooting skills. Guys, as I always say, you know the bike. I told you this example, right? You know the bike. You know little bit of basic troubleshooting for the bike or not, right? And you switch off the key and you're kicking it. Will the bike start? You should know the basic troubleshooting to on the key, no? You cannot be just like a dumb, right? Here also, why I'm putting this much effort, why I'm giving this much deeper information is you need to clear the certification, you need to clear the interview, and you need to do a lot of practicals and troubleshooting skills. So believe me, we'll go like this only, and then we'll do like this. There is a question. Sir, whatever you have to teach first, please teach when that all things cover, then after start practical, sir. Thank you. Yes, correct. Take the screenshot. I have my own way. Don't worry. Huh? In this 100 people or 130 people, if one or two people says that, I don't mind really, because I respect everyone. We'll go with the same style. Because once you have learned, you don't need to come back. You should not see back. Once you have learned, you should say, yes, I have learned. Done, na? Someone is asking, give me examples of some SDKs. I gave no Java SDKs are there, Python SDKs, .NET SDKs are there, right? So are we using Java here? Do we use Java here in our class? No, right? That is other. So we don't talk about that. We talk about CLI. Thank you. Secret Manager is one of the service inside AWS. MFA is a feature for IAM user. It's not. So you will not see. Question is like this. You have your home. The key should be outside or inside? Outside, no? So a Secret Manager is a service inside AWS. And how do you log into AWS if the secret is inside? Okay. Okay, Nana. So can you give the final CC for today, please? CC with smile. Great. Tomorrow we have class. Don't miss the classes. That is important, because if you miss the classes, concept will be missed, and that continuation will be a problem for you. Please don't. So as I said, please be with me for total of 55 days, 55 to 60 days, plus or minus, right? So don't miss the classes, so that you'll miss the important topics. So that is all, guys. Let's connect tomorrow with the next thing. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow. Don't miss the class. Bye-bye.